This is the Two Scrappy Chicks podcast where life is messy, the stories are real, and we dare to talk about it anyway.
Hey, welcome back. Today is the recap of Toy Story 5. You got a friend in me. But before we start with that, Ashley wants to share some stories. Not Toy Story related, but because we're doing a podcast together, we're going to share some stories. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be back on the podcast today. Hope everybody is having a good whatever day this gets released.
Sunday.
So on a Sunday?
It's probably
Oh,
gonna maybe released I don't know, maybe tomorrow.
oh, okay. A Monday. Have a good Monday or whatever day this release. I hope you have a good day, weekday. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about these two stories because I told my mom and she was laughing hysterical when I told her. My son is really big into Disney's cars right now, like Lightning McQueen. So we go to Target often and hunt for the cars that he's missing. And we went to Target last week and I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So I told my husband, I was like, grab the kid. I'll meet you inside. I really have to go pee. And I go pee and I hear these two girls talking in the bathroom. And then I go to wash my hands and I just kind of look over and I see like a box and it's a pregnancy box, like a pregnancy test box. And I go, "Oh." And she goes, "No, this is not a good O." And I go, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, "How late are you?" And she's like telling me that she took uh oh my gosh. I can't remember. It's like a pill that you take just to make sure that the Plan B pill. And she said that she had her period, but it was really short. And uh I was like, "Oh, that happens. It'll be a little, your period will be a little weird when you take the Plan B pill." And so I was like, "How long do you gotta wait to get the results?" And she said 4 minutes. And I was like, "This must be the longest 4 minutes of your life." And she started laughing. She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Are you engaged, married, dating?" She goes, "Dating." And I was like, "Okay." And I was just like, kind of like, I kind of want to stick around and see what the results are. And they started laughing. And it was two girls that were like best friends. Anyways, it was negative, and she was like, "Oh, thank God." And so she treated herself to something nice, and I just thought it was just funny that that was happening in a Target bathroom.
Yeah, and that you stuck around for the results.
Right, right. And I said, I hope that next time you take a test, it's under better circumstances.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. But I just thought it was funny because, like I've never had that happen before. The only weird thing I've ever had happen before was like when I worked at Walmart, we had a drunk lady come in and she was in the stall next to me, and then did I tell you this? She like she was just drunk and she like fell over while peeing and she was peeing on the floor and like half in my stall and I'm like, "What the hell's going on?"
Hmm.
And
That's funny.
I ended up telling like a manager, I'm like, "Hey, I went to the bathroom and there's like this drunk lady and she peed all over the floor and she's like, I don't know if she passed out or whatever." It's a long time ago. My second story is we had our car in the shop for a few days, and my in-laws have been awesome, and they've been driving my husband to work and picking him up from work. And then there was a day that he couldn't be picked up, so I was gonna end up picking him up. And he was talking with his boss. He's more like a supervisor, not like big boss, but he was talking with his boss because they like meet up once a week to like discuss how everything's going, blah, blah, blah. And so my husband called me and he said, "Hey, you don't have to pick me up. My boss is gonna drive me to go pick up the car because the car was ready." And I go, "Oh man, you should give him a you know what to say thank you." And then I hear like a loud laugh. And he goes, I'm like, "Oh my God, am I on speakerphone?" And he goes, no, the room's quiet and he heard you.
Mhm.
And then, Chris was going, why is your humor like that? I go, you can thank my mom for that.
Yep.
So yeah, those are my two stories. Um, should I go into my quick shame, shame, shame?
Ye- Chain, chain, chain. Yes.
Okay, so here's my shame, shame, shame. Um, we went to Cinemark by my house, and this is what I love about movie theaters nowadays, because back in the day when you would get movie theater tickets, you had to get there extremely early if you wanted to get the good seats, right?
Yep.
Versus now, when you get seats, it's you pick where you want to sit and you pay for those seats, which I will admit that is really great to have nowadays. But I feel like with everything growing in technology and all that stuff, um, they don't look at your ticket stub anymore. They just scan it and go, okay, you're gonna go to theater number five, and it's like down the hall to your left.
Yep.
And we went to go see the movie twice for Toy Story 5 because once was with you, Mom, because you don't like driving at night still. And I like to go on Tuesdays because on Tuesdays is when they have the discount of 6.50. But if you become a free member for Cinemark, you get it for $6 instead of 6.50. So I bought twice for the movie. For I saw it twice, and Eli saw it twice, and then you saw it once, and then Chris saw it once. And so we went to a 7:30 showing the second time. And like at the most important scene, this couple like it was getting to the important scene, and I'll let you know like when we talk about the movie. But it was getting to an important scene, and this couple comes and they just kind of stare at us, and then they walk away. And then they come back with like a guy looking at the tickets, and I always have my tickets out, always. And I gave him my tickets, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he was telling the guy like, "We can refund you." After the movie was over and I went out of the movies, I told Chris I was super upset because Chris didn't get to see the most important part of the movie, and it made me really mad because I had to explain it to him later. And I said, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be a Karen. I don't like to be a Karen, but I'm gonna go and be a Karen. So I talked to the girl that scanned our tickets in and told us what movie theater to go in, and I said, "Can I speak to a manager?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure, about what?" And I said, "We were in theatered this one at 7:30 time, and these two people came and were like bothering us during the movie because they said we are sitting in their seats and we weren't." And she goes, "Oh, so what happened was I scanned their tickets and told them to go in there, but their tickets for a morning time show at like I guess 8:30 in the morning, and I don't know if the guy thought AM meant PM." But I'm like, how did this happen? Like those tickets should have flagged her right away and said like you can't redeem it, like the movie already passed. But anyways, I ended up getting a full refund, which was only $18. We got a full refund for the movies for all three of us because of the mishap. But that just makes me so mad that that happened at the most important scene. And it's like, I didn't care because I've already seen it. Eli didn't care because he's already seen it. But I kind of cared that my husband didn't get to see the most important part of the movie?
Yeah. And this was towards the end, right?
This was like, it was like 20 minutes left in the movie.
So couldn't they, did you tell them, you guys have to be wrong because this movie's almost over? And
I didn't.
wouldn't the ticket girl think, oh, that movie's almost over?
Right, right. There was a lot of mishap. She should have been like, okay, this is a 7:30 show. Like, it's almost over. Like, I shouldn't scan in their tickets. Because, like, I think you can get a refund on your tickets within like 10 or 15 minutes of the movie.
Okay, well, do you think maybe they got one too and issued new tickets for another time?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
but that made
Thanks
me
for the
mad.
stories.
Yeah, go ahead. You start everything out.
Okay. So Toy Story has been around. Let's see. How old were you when the first one came out? Were you like two or three?
1995, and I was 3.
Okay. And Kevin was one. So um both of you, well, I think you were both into Toy Story, but I think Kevin more than you because I recall him getting more Toy Story toys than you. Like you may like the movie, but he had the toys, right?
Yeah, he had Buzz, he had Woody, he had RC.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you guys had Slink. I don't remember. And I wish I would have known what happened to those damn toys. But anyway, that was like even for me, I don't know what it is about Toy Story. Maybe it's because it feels nostalgic to me because some of the toys, that weren't so popular that they would show. So maybe that's why Toy Story was like my favorite of the Pixar series. And Woody, I just love Woody. Jess?
Jess. In the fifth movie, you find out that Jesse's from 1955, so I mean, it's not too far off from like your generation.
Okay, I know I'm pushing 57. Let's not push it, okay?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
So, out of all 5, which one is your favorite?
mm, I mean, this one was so good, and I rewatched 4 the night before to refresh, and I cried during 4. So maybe 4. I mean,
Really?
yeah. And I mean, I liked 5, but maybe 4 is my favorite.
It's very interesting because a lot of people always have mixed feelings about them. Like they say we should have stopped at 3. And like a lot of people hated 4.
Really?
And yeah, because they said the trilogy's over. 3 summed it all up.
No, because I liked 4 because the okay, I didn't like the Bensons. And my favorite part was when Forky was saying goodbye to Benson. And he says to Woody, "Oh my God, did he say he's terrifying?"
Yeah,
Yeah, because he was a ventriloquist dummy. And yeah, those things are terrifying. So that was funny. And then Woody gets his pull tag in the back taken away because Kathy took it because hers was broke.
Gabby
And,
Gabby.
huh?
Her name's Gabby Gabby.
Oh, Gabby. That's right. Why did I call it?
Kathy.
I'm sorry.
I'm
There was a
I'm pretty
chatty,
sure was there a doll around your generation that was
yeah, a
like that
chatty
called Kathy?
Kathy.
Chatty
Mhm.
Kathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, um, it was cute that they were trying to get her, um, to get like adopted because the shop owner's granddaughter rejected her. And they hooked her up with this girl at the carnival that was crying. So I like that. That made me happy because she felt like she didn't belong, and then she did find someone to love her and belong.
Right.
So yeah, so that's why I
My
like Four so
favorite,
much.
my favorite that, and so my son, he likes to watch all of them a lot. And I love 2 the most.
Okay,
I like 1, but 2 is just so good from start to finish. Excuse me, I might burp. I just ate some chicken on chicken kebabs.
bad
But
girl.
my favorite is 2 because the beginning is just beautiful with the scene of Buzz and the video game. there's so many like references to to Star Wars and Jurassic Park, and then you got the Barbie, and they go and save Woody, and then you meet Jesse and Bullseye, and there's parts that make you cry too. I think almost all of them except number one make you cry. Because number one is just Woody being jealous of Buzz. But Buzz as a character is just so better in two. Woody is Woody is a good character through and through. And then Jesse's like, oh my God, the When Somebody Loved Me part comes on. I like always cry, but I've watched it so many times that it doesn't make me cry anymore. But yeah, two is my favorite.
Well, five was definitely Jesse's time to shine.
Yes, yes. So one, two, and three, perfect. And then when they did four, everybody got upset with four because of Woody leaving the group. And if you haven't watched four yet, it's been like 7 years. Where have you been?
Yeah. If you have Hulu with Disney, you can watch them all there because I know Disney's probably like, wow, this gets watched a lot.
Right. We go to the library and rent a lot of Blu-ray or DVDs because we don't want to pay for a subscription. If you don't want to pay for a subscription and you want to watch it, go to the library and rent it from there.
Oh, and you could also stream with Hoopla and connect it with your library.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could do that too.
And then there's another
But
one. Um, Libby?
Libby. Well, Libby's more books versus Hoopla. You can do movies, music, TV shows, books, audiobooks.
Okay.
But Hoopla's a little weird. It only limits you to eight per month.
Yes.
But with four, when Woody decides to leave the group, like I feel like a lot of people were mad about that because um, Woody's just been a leader for so long that a lot of people had mixed feelings for four. A lot of people hated four. And I don't think they hated Forky. I think they hated how they did Woody.
Mm, okay.
But
All right.
when you think of four, when you think of four, you think about how, Woody wasn't getting played with. He felt like he was useless. So, like, his purpose is to help other toys. So he leaves with Bo. So everybody was thinking, okay, when five got announced, they're like, how the hell are they going to do this movie without Woody? Woody is like the staple of Toy
Mm-hmm.
Story.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm talking too much. Mom, do you want to start out how Toy Story 5 starts out?
Yeah, it was a strange beginning because I was like, what the heck is this? And it was a desert island. And then next thing you see, it is 50 Buzz Wi-Fi light years. And um and then a cargo. So somehow this cargo full of Buzz Lightyears got dumped on a desert island. Um, do
You know
you,
what I love about the
huh?
buzzes,
What?
the 50 buzzes, how when they all start up, like this goes back to like the first when Buzz from the first movie, like they all act really stupid and then they're like star command. I love that.
So, do you remember how what they got on to get off the island?
They made a raft.
Okay. Uh, all
They
right.
made a raft to find Star Command.
Yeah. So, pretty much the main plot was that tech was taking over and kids weren't playing with toys and using their imagination. And the toy um, that, all right, Bonnie got, refresh my memory. What was the name of that toy? The green toy?
Lily pad.
Lily pad. Thank you. And um, like I think the reason why she wanted it is because other girls she was friends with had it, and she thought she would be cool if she had one. And I think she told her friends, I don't play with toys because she felt embarrassed. And all the toys were, very upset by this, and Jessie especially. And so she shines in this movie, and it's just so cute how she wanted to just like, you know, strangle the toy. And it was funny how they were like holding her back. And even Woody um wanted to, or was it Woody or Buzz that was like tired of that toy?
Oh, I mean, all three of them were.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting thing of, the how, Woody's left. How are we going to connect Woody back to
Yeah.
Bonnie's room?
Yeah.
And they do the walkie-talkies. And I'm like, really? We're gonna do walkie-talkies? And I'm like, okay, Disney, I see what you're doing, trying to get him involved. And so Woody ends up like coming back to Bonnie's room to help because the walkie-talkie starts to go in and out and saying, "I need you, deputy." And so
Yes.
Woody goes back. My only complaint about the movie, a fantastic movie, but not enough Duke Kaboom, not enough Ducky and Bunny,
And
uh,
Bo.
and Bo, and not enough of the other guys like Forky and Karen Beverly, the knife.
Yes.
You forgot to mention that in the beginning of the movie, they have a wedding for Forky and Karen.
Yeah.
And then um, at the beginning, Buzz is like, oh, Forky and Karen are married. Oh, maybe I should ask Jesse, for
Hmm.
marriage. And so the whole movie is Buzz being a puss and not asking Jesse.
Yes. Um, but when Woody came, he was wearing a poncho, and what did they say? Nice dress? And he's
Yeah,
like, it's a poncho. And then Woody has a belly now. And then he's
Buffalo Bill.
he's bald, like on top. He's just a toy. So the brown wore off, but they're saying he's bald because like
I hate that they did Woody bad like that.
they did
Like
him
making him
dirty.
old, making him fat, making
Hmm.
him bald spot.
Yeah. They didn't do that to Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buzz is outdated. He doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's stickers.
Yep. Yeah. So, um, so yeah, Woody comes to the rescue, and it seems like Bo and the gang come in the little car, the little sheep car, and then they leave.
Skunk car.
Huh?
It's a skunk car.
Oh, okay. And they leave and let Woody do his thing. And um, oh, um, the part where Bonnie's packing her suitcase to go to the sleepover, and Jesse and Bullseye sneak in the suitcase.
Yeah,
And
the friends that she makes are three friends from her dance group.
yeah, and they is it they somehow fall out of the suitcase?
When Bonnie's in the car with her dad, she opens up her suitcase and goes, "Oh, Dad, thank you for packing Jesse and Bullseye." And he's like, "I don't remember packing them," but he takes credit for it. And he goes, "Yeah, you're welcome."
Yeah.
And then she pulls up and she has Jesse and Bullseye, and she makes like a Jesse quote, like, "I ain't afraid of nothing, partner." And then the three girls are on their tablets and they kind of look at her like, you still play with toys? And she's like, "No, no." And then she gives the toys to her dad. She's like, "Dad, get these out of here. Get these out of here." So they get put back in the car, and then Jesse and Bullseye hop out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And they climb up a tree to see how the sleepover is going and they're all on their tablets.
Yeah, but they do fall out of the tree, and then this old couple picks them up, and Emily's address is somehow or name on Jesse, so they bring her to the house, but Emily doesn't live there, of course, and another young girl, so she pretty much adopts Jesse and Bullseye,
And the new girl's name is, oh God, what was her name?
right?
Was it Zane? Something like that?
I am not sure.
I gotta look it up. I can't remember. But
Okay.
yeah, this new girl has a collection of ponies, so she takes in Bullseye and Jessie gets trapped because she tries to she's like, "Oh my God, we're all the way out here. We got to get back to Bonnie." And so she tries to get the actual live horse to get them back to Bonnie, but the horse is like not listening at all. And then she gets trapped under hay.
Yes. Yes, and she meets Jessie meets new toys um at this girl's house. One of them Smarty Pants, and that's Conan O'Brien, and that was funny. And then the other one is a camera, and what was the third toy?
Atlas, the hippo, with the
Yeah.
built-in GPS,
Yeah.
and the camera's name is Snappy.
Yeah. So with
I
those
love
two,
Smarty Pants. He's a great
yeah,
character.
yeah. So with the help of them, she was trying to get back to Bonnie, to Bonnie's house. So, you've seen it twice, so you probably got a better memory than I do.
Yeah. By the
Um,
way, Blaze. Blaze is the name of the girl.
okay. Didn't they use um Smarty Pants to somehow send a message to Woody and Buzz where they were at to
Yeah.
come find help them?
Well, Jesse's stuck under that hay. A pig comes over, and the pig's name is Jimmy Dean. And she tells I love that joke. She tells the pig, "Take me in the house." And the pig takes him to the playhouse. And then that's where some of Blaze's abandoned toys are. And that's where she finds Smarty Pants. And you forgot to mention Pizza with Sunglasses is voiced by Bad Bunny.
Yes,
I love
yes.
that. I love that. And then they had a command Carl, right? A command Carl.
Oh yeah, when she went into the shed and it was all
Yeah.
these toys like not even played with. Yeah. Command Carl, and wasn't he wearing a skirt?
He was wearing a tutu, and it reminded me of when Buzz becomes Mrs. Nesbit.
Yes.
But yeah, she ends up using Smarty Pants to get back into the house, and that's when they find Snappy and Atlas in a drawer. And they did such amazing work of making the drawer look so old, and
Mm-hmm.
making it because like this house was probably built in the 50s, and it shows with the artwork that they did with this movie, and it was phenomenal. And the other thing I love that they did too is when they play imagination play, the artwork changes into like the kind of this like crayon looking,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not crayon looking. It's very good animation. It's kind of like watercolored.
Yeah.
I like when they do that.
Yeah.
Um,
But
so yeah,
hold on.
go ahead.
Meanwhile, back at the house, Woody and the gang are fighting with Lily Pad, like taking out her batteries and stuff. Remember?
Taking out her charger.
Well, her battery so she can't charge.
Yeah, they unplug her charger so she can't charge her
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but they somehow use her to get, communications going so Jesse can get
Yes.
some help.
Yes, so where you were going with Smarty Pants. So Smarty Pants, Snappy, and Atlas, when they connect together with cords, they were able to take a picture of Jesse and Bullseye and post it to a form, um, to be like, I have your last toys, so that way Bonnie would see it and respond. And uh the buzzes, the 50 buzzes, they end up going to the woods and they have like a Bambi moment with the animals.
Mhm.
And then there's a family coming through a path in the woods and all the buzzes go up a tree except one, and one of them gets kidnapped, and so they go to save that buzz at the campsite.
Yeah.
And then they don't end up saving that buzz. They end up letting that Buzz stay with that family because it was two kids and they were being really nice to the Buzz and loving the Buzz. And then that's when they see on the computer of the picture of Jesse and Bullseye, and they see that Jesse's got a star badge, that Woody gave her.
Yes.
And so they're
Yes.
like, Star Command, Star Command. And then they hack in the system and find out the address, and then they go to that address.
That was funny. And um because we're what are we at? We're at like almost 32 minutes.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, and then it was funny that well finally well they almost went home with Bonnie because Bonnie did come there and then she just no you can have the toys and left.
Well,
And
you got to explain why that happened because Buzz and Woody, when Lily Pad's battery was low, they were trying to figure out where Jesse and Bullseye were, and
yeah,
that's when they found out about the post, and they were able to say, "Hey, Lily Pad," and then it responded like, kind of like, "Hey, Alexa,"
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And it showed the post, and so they said, send everywhere, like forward everywhere, and it forwarded to Bonnie's mom's phone. It printed out on the printer, and then it also forwarded to the three dance friends, and they made fun of her before she
yeah,
went to go pick up the toys. And so with that happening, she told Blaze, I don't want them, I don't play with them anymore. And Blaze is like, okay, I'll have them here if you want them. And it broke my heart because Sherry feels that abandonment from Emily, and not so much from Andy, but she still has that lingering abandonment from Emily. And the thing I loved most about Five Mom is a lot of girlhood, right? Bonnie feeling like, why don't I have any friends? And then Blaze gets upset and cries because her friend was supposed to come over for a sleepover, and she just responded for like, oops, I forgot, LOL. And I feel so much connection to that of like when you're that age and
mm-hmm.
trying to make friends and everything. Um, so, Mom, do you want to talk about the biggest spoiler of the movie for Jesse? Do you remember it?
Um, that Emily had a daughter.
Jesse gets upset that she gets abandoned and she runs away and goes to the tree.
Yeah, and
Okay, go ahead.
well, that Emily has a daughter now. Emily got married and has a daughter, and it's Andy's mom, right? No.
No, no. Everybody thought that Andy's mom was Emily, but it's not. No, it's not. But uh Jesse finds a lunchbox, and in there is a photo of Emily and her daughter has blonde hair, and everybody's assuming now that Emily's daughter is Andy's mom. That's what just everybody's assuming.
But we don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure, but
Okay.
people would probably put two and two together and be like, she's got blonde hair, her eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little lunchbox with memories in it. And she flipped it over and it said, Jessie, my favorite little girl. And I bawled my eyes out. And I don't know if you bawled your eyes out, but I bawled my eyes out knowing that, like, even though she gave up Jessie as a toy,
Yeah.
she loved that toy enough to name her daughter Jessie.
Yeah. Um, so to wrap it up, Buzz and Woody do get there and they use Blaze's collection of horses to all come find
Yes,
Jessie. And Buzz
yes.
is riding, isn't Buzz riding on like a My Little Pony?
No, it's just a Pegasus unicorn that has
Okay.
wings, and I love it.
Yeah. And isn't that where Buzz finally tells Jessie how he
He was
feels?
about to, but then Lily Pad ends up like she feels so bad about the girls making fun of her that she goes to the mom finds out that the group was making fun of her and they go out for ice cream and then Lily Pad feels bad that her three friends that she made her ended up being so mean to her, so she ends up hopping in a donation box and is messaging Jessie saying, I'm sorry, you were right. And she said, I donated myself. And so then it becomes a rescue of rescuing Lily Pad
Because
on the
Bonnie
50
freaked out.
horses. Hmm?
Bonnie freaked out. Where's Lily Pad?
Yeah, she did. She did. So yeah, then it becomes a rescue mission of saving Lily Pad. And they finally get to Lily Pad and they're like, okay, now we're stuck on this truck. You want to pick it up from there? Do you remember? My favorite part happens. I loved it so much in the movie.
Um, well, there was a section where all of them were on the road and then they had to stop and fall over like they were toys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But go ahead, because like I said, you got a better memory than me because you've seen it twice.
Okay. Well, my favorite part in the movie is when they finally get to the car, they're like, oh, okay, how are we supposed to get off this car? We're on the highway. And then Lily sees that the buzzes have a QR code and she scans it and updates them via
Yes.
Wi-Fi. And they turn into drones. All 50 buzzes turn into drones. I loved it. And you know what I love too is that they still give a little kiss to the first movie. And then Woody goes, now this is flying. And then Buzz goes, with style.
Yeah.
And they fly with the drones, and so they decide, let's do a plan. We'll have Blaze, quote unquote Blaze, message Bonnie saying, hey, or no. Bonnie will message Blaze saying, hey, I actually want those toys back after all, and so Blaze will come to the house and they'll try one last time. And so Buzz and Woody go back to the house, and so does Lily Pad. And Jesse goes back with all the horses. And then when they're about to part is when Buzz is all like, "Wait, I have something important to ask you." And finally, like he's about to tell her like, "Oh, will you marry me?" But Jesse already knew, and so they have a kiss, and I was like, "Oh, yes, magical."
Yeah. And they
And
they do a little wedding because Bonnie and Blaze do a little wedding
yeah,
for them.
at the end, yeah, I love the wedding. That was the best part.
That
Finally,
and
them
then
getting married.
Woody goes back with Bo. And
Yeah.
then at the end is where they play Taylor Swift's song.
Yes. Yeah.
And the video to it's really cute. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you haven't seen Toy Story 5, highly recommend it.
Yes, I do too. It was a really good movie. I don't care what people say.
Yeah. So what's the next movie we're gonna see and do a thing?
I don't
Spider-Man's
know.
coming out.
I need to finish Stranger Things.
Yeah, yeah, I know. We had a request.
Yes.
Oh, but you know what we could do? Oh,
Hmm.
you don't have Netflix anymore, huh?
No, I'm gonna keep Netflix for a month.
Oh, okay. We could watch the series with Will Ferrell.
The Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was it. So till next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. We really appreciate you hanging out with the two scrappy chicks today. If you enjoyed this episode, Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share it with a friend. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, just let us know.